Alright, let's get into this because things are heating up fast. Rumors are swirling that Ava Barron, the girl Diddy once said he adopted, is back in the picture, and she's not staying quiet anymore. Word on the street is she's got a lot to say, and what she's revealing could seriously shake up Diddy's already messy situation. You might remember Ava from a few years back. Around 2020, during the height of the pandemic, Diddy surprised everyone by going live on Instagram and introducing a young white girl, saying he had taken her in as his own. He even changed her name to Ava Barron Combs, showing her off like a new member of the family. At the time, people were shocked but also touched. Here was a billionaire music mogul bringing in a girl who had supposedly been homeless, giving her a new life. Social media lit up with praise. People said it was inspiring, generous, even heroic. But then she disappeared. And no more posts. No more updates. No public appearances. It was like she vanished into thin air. And now, years later, she's resurfaced, and from what people are saying, she's not just back for a visit. She's allegedly ready to tell the truth about what happened in Diddy's household. And it's not a pretty
My name's Ava. I'm a Scorpio.
No. What's your last name?
Ava Combs.
What's your other last name?
Ava Baroni.
Ava Baroni Combs? Yes, it was breaking news. Diddy adopted a white child. I want you to tell them the story about how I adopted you. But you still have beautiful parents but you're my child also. But please tell the story.
So, I was on the streets, and then Papa Combs decided that he would like to be a caring man. So then he saw me and decided to pick me up and said to come inside and play with his kids.
Hey, that's like a little bit like borderline suspect. I don't want nobody, we want to get it clear. I adopted you like Madonna adopted kids and everybody else adopted kids, Charlize Theron, everybody that's ever adopted Sandra Bullock. I adopted you because I felt that you could, enjoy also having a black parent to take care of you and help you out. So just clarify it because it's crazy out here online. So I played with the kids and I got permission from your mother. Say all of that. It's crazy out here.
Well, I met Jesse and Lila when I was 6 months old.
6 months.
And then basically sisters, all 4 of us. So.
6 months.
I always come over.
Yeah. And it's Ava Baroni Combs.
story. According to rumors, Ava didn't have the peaceful, loving experience you'd expect from being adopted by one of the richest men in Hollywood. In fact, people close to the situation say her time in the Combs mansion was anything but safe. Not only that, but Christian Combs, Diddy's son, is being mentioned a lot in her claims, and not in a good way. Now, who exactly is Ava Barron again? Let's rewind a bit. In 2020, during the early months of the COVID-19 lockdown, Diddy posted a live stream with Ava. She was sitting quietly next to him while he talked about how he was giving her a better life. He said she had come from difficult circumstances and that he wanted to take care of her. But the moment felt off. People who watched noticed that Ava didn't look happy. Her body language was stiff. Her smile, if you could call it that, seemed forced. And something about the whole setup just didn't sit right. Still, people were willing to give Diddy the benefit of the doubt. It was a tough time globally, and the story seemed hopeful. But then the hope faded, and so did Ava. After that one video, there were no more mentions of her. She stopped appearing in any of Diddy's posts, and fans who had once praised him started to grow suspicious. Where did she go? Some thought maybe the adoption didn't work out, and she quietly left the family. Others worried that something more serious had happened behind the scenes. And now that she's speaking up, well, it turns out those suspicions might have been justified. Ava's recent comments, shared through various whispers in the industry and social media chatter, suggest that she wasn't treated like a daughter at all. Instead, it's being alleged that she was used for image, for publicity, and possibly for much darker reasons. People now believe that the adoption was never real in the first place. It might have just been a PR stunt away for Diddy to look like a hero during a tough global moment. While everyone was worried about COVID, he played the role of the generous celebrity savior. But when the cameras were off, Ava's life may have taken a very different turn. Even more disturbing are the new rumors tying Christian Combs, Diddy's son, to Ava's experience. Christian is already facing a lawsuit from a woman named Grace Omar. She accused him of sexually assaulting her while working on a luxury yacht called Victorious in late 2022. According to court documents, Christian was aggressive, inappropriate, and tried to force himself on her in a cinema room on the yacht. She fought back and only managed to escape when another crew member walked in. When she later tried to report it, she says she was fired. The lawsuit is going to trial now, and the judge recently refused to dismiss it. That's important because it means the court sees enough evidence to move forward. Christian is in serious trouble, but here's where it connects to Ava.
Craziness, man. And you know what's so crazy is, bruh, that all these stories has been around the industry for a long time. All these industry people know that Diddy been acting like this and doing this. It's a lot of stories that goes around in this industry about not just him, other people. Jimmy Iovine. Ain't nobody talking about Jimmy Iovine. He got charges and everything on him, but he got those publicists that's keeping it out off of CNN. It's keeping it off the major news reports. Nobody's talking about that. This is something that goes on, man, that they're gonna push up under the rug, and a few years later, Bad Boy 5, 6, 7, 8 will be out.
Some sources are now saying that Christian may have done something similar to her when she was living in Diddy's mansion. That could explain why she disappeared so suddenly. She may have been running away from a dangerous environment, one where she didn't feel safe, not from outsiders, but from the very people who were supposed to protect her. If that's true, then this story is about way more than just a failed adoption. It's about power, control, and what happens behind closed doors in the world of the rich and famous. There's also talk that Ava might testify in court. If she does, it could blow this whole situation wide open. Her testimony could add to the growing pile of evidence, not just against Christian, but potentially against Diddy too, depending on what she says about what happened under his roof. And let's not forget, this isn't the first time Diddy and his sons have faced these kinds of allegations. Justin Combs, Diddy's other son, has also been accused in the past of helping arrange girls for Diddy's private parties. It's all deeply troubling, and it paints a picture of a family with a lot of secrets. Back in 2020, when Diddy introduced Ava, people assumed she was lucky. Adopted by a billionaire, living in a mansion, access to everything she could possibly need. On the surface, it looked like a dream come true. But dreams can turn into nightmares, and if the rumors are even halfway true, that's exactly what happened here. There's also a larger conversation happening about how adopted children, especially those brought into wealthy or high-profile homes, are sometimes treated more like props than family members. They're shown off for social media likes or used to improve someone's public image. But behind the scenes, they may be neglected, isolated, or even abused. It's heartbreaking. And in Ava's case, it's even more disturbing if the people she thought were her protectors were the very ones who harmed her. As of now, Ava hasn't given a full public interview, but those close to her are hinting that something big is coming. Some say she's already working with legal teams. Others think she might drop a statement or speak on a podcast. Either way, the silence she kept for so long is breaking, and Diddy's camp is probably panicking. Christian, too, is likely feeling the heat. With one lawsuit already heading to trial and new allegations from Ava possibly on the way, his reputation is hanging by a thread. And depending on how the court views all of this, he could be looking at real legal consequences, not just bad press. Meanwhile, Diddy is already facing mounting legal issues of his own. Investigations, lawsuits, and whispered stories have been following him for years, but now those whispers are getting louder. More people are speaking out, and Ava's return might be the tipping point. Means there's enough credible evidence for a trial. And if Ava adds her voice to the mix, it could completely change the direction of that case, there's also a sense that this is just the beginning. The entertainment industry has long protected powerful people, but those walls are starting to crumble. People who were once too scared to speak up are finding their voices. And Ava might be one of them. So what happens now? We wait, we watch, and we listen. Because if Ava really does come forward, and if what she says lines up with what others are already claiming, then this story is far from over. In fact, it might just be getting started. What do you think? Do you believe Ava's about to expose something huge? Was Diddy's adoption story just a front? And is Christian finally facing the consequences of his actions? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below and stay tuned, because this drama is only going to get messier from here.